www.gundam.tk presents Master Grade Nu Gundam. Hello again everyone, and welcome to a Master Grade review of the RX-93 Nu Gundam. When everything is put together, I have to call this the daddy of all Gundams, and you'll see why in a minute. Right away, it's huge. Compared to most other Gundams, it's going to tower over the Master Grades, even though they're the same 1/100th size. You get arms, the separate weapons, the bazooka, the beam sabers, and the shield is huge in itself, and of course, you get the thin funnel backpack system. Already looking pretty good. Something that I both love and hate about this Master Grade of the Nu Gundam is the head. You have to put a fair bit of lining on it, including all over the front. I used black instead of gray because it wasn't showing up. But there's something about it that it's just not as angular and cool as it actually is in the movie. So, the high grade one I have to give a little better marks for the head. But it does capture the big effect, and I like the 3 vents on the front. That again signifies this is the Daddy Gundam. But of course, the Nu Gundam wouldn't be the Nu Gundam if it wasn't for the 6 fin funnels that attach onto the back. Now, if you flip these over, you can see that all of these are full, but they're just bent down. So each of these can bend down. But of course, to make it cool, you only bend down 2 of them. Now, something that I already hate about these is that the middle parts are made of orange plastic, but the actual, the funnels themselves here at the ends have seals on them. So, as with any good sticker, they want to pop up all the time. There's also some red decals that you can put down there, and you add a little bit of lining. So if you actually pull these apart, they have a good looking clasp mechanism, so you can bend those in and hide and send them off individually like this. And what happens is, you bend it in, satisfying click sound, and off it goes, ready to attack the Sasabi. As for mobility, you can get the knees up to there with the independent waist parts, move the thrusters in the back, and you can move them out to the side about that far. So not a lot of mobility in the legs, but this is obviously not going to be that poseable of a Gundam anyway. Putting the upper part of the body together, very simple. Just put the arms into the sockets. Nothing fancy about that. And the backpack just snaps on here. And then finally, you're just going to put the head onto the Gundam. And let's see how big this is when you put it together. So how does it look when things are all said and done? Not bad. And not as bad as I feared for a 2000 model. The only thing is I would say that the proportions could have been done a little cooler. Most of the recent Master Grades, you take something like Force, Impulse, or Justice, and even though they were pretty blocky, the Master Grade takes them and makes them look cool. They didn't do that with this one. So now it's size comparison time. On the right you have the Double O Gundam 1/100th non-grade, and of course this is the Master Grade 1/100th Nu in the middle, and on the left you have the Crossbone Gundam. Check out reviews for all of these at gundam.tk, but on the left it's 15 meters, on the right it's 18, in the middle it's 22. And the size of this right away reminds me of a perfect grade, and if you want to see perfect grades, go check out Too Old for Toys website on YouTube. So now this is what I've been waiting for, to see how it looks with the fin funnel backpack on. And you might notice that it's leaning a little bit back. As soon as I hooked it onto the back, it leaned over this way. So it's a good thing that they put the extra weight down in the ankles and in the waist section, because otherwise it wouldn't stand up very well. And the fin funnels already have just been on for a few seconds, but they're starting to bend and lose their shape a little bit. So that could prove to be annoying in the future. So another shot at size comparison with the Crossbone Gundam with its core fighter in, and the Nu Gundam with its huge set of fin funnels on the back. So I've already learned that the fin funnels are a pain, but the Hyper Bazooka works really well. You can just hook it into the back. The shield is a little awkward because of where it's positioned. So depending on what kind of pose you want to do, you have to twist his arm back to get the shield to actually face forward. And the gun, I complained about it when I looked at the parts, and sure enough, it's a pain. I'll probably end up putting some sticky tack or something in the hand just to keep it in place. Now the head, it's not very posable. If you try to move it to the side to get the angry Gundam head down, looks like he's got his head cocked that way. But he's not bad. He's better looking than I expected with weapons. The only disappointment is that, sure enough, the fin funnels, the attachment device is not very good, and they're very easy to fall out of position. Now, just some final thoughts about this. The size, incredibly impressive. The details, the skeleton, great for 2000. The only thing is, if you compare this to the high grade, which just came out in 2008, the high grade beats the master grade in a lot of ways, but not as badly as I thought. So overall, I'd have to say that I recommend this kit, and I recommend that you put it in one pose and keep it there, because everything I've tried hasn't worked so far. Now, something I couldn't resist doing since I got this giant Nu Gundam head is putting it on the Gundam and making master grade SD Nu Gundam. And that'll probably sit like that on my shelf for a little while. So finally, I really wanted to say thank you to everybody who watches these videos, and especially the people that subscribe and take the time to write comments. If you ever have any ideas on how to make these better, let me know, and you can check out lots more reviews. Once again, www.gundam.tk. Thanks for watching, everybody. So for any fans of the anime V Gundam, please stay tuned. The next Gundam I'll be building is the V2 Gundam, so stay tuned for that.